Look at this fucking porker. See these two here? This girl was right up my butt instead of waiting in the line. And the other girl, I told her, I said, excuse me, we have 6-foot rule here. That's why the line's over there. And the other girl says, well, she was grabbing something. What, grabbing some Corona? Tourists go home. It's on the doors of the building when you come in. It's on the floors. I mean, it's real obvious when employees are wearing face masks and gloves, you know, and you can't respect the 6-foot social distancing. Here's another guy. Take up 15 parking spaces. And they have city ordinance here. They don't want any RVs and stuff in their parking lots. And here's a guy that took up all these parking spaces instead of parking in 2 spaces or at the edge of the property. This store stays really, really busy in Destin, so they really need their parking spaces. Okay, so rude people for the morning. Gosh, I went to the auto department. It was 8:03, and I'm going to fly in the door. The wind is terrible cold. It's 49 degrees, and the wind's just blowing right through you. And she's got the door locked, and she's standing inside there. And she says, we're not open till 8. And I'm like, well, it's 8:03. And I mean, that's pretty accurate when it comes across your phone. It's not a watch, it's my phone. So it's actually 47 degrees right now in Destin, Florida. And I got my half-gallon of milk. Yay. Right through the red light. Damn. You got guts. I don't want any Florida ticket. That's for sure. So, it rained a little bit through the evening. I don't think it was very heavy. I went to sleep pretty early because I got up at 4 in the morning to go take my shower at the gym, and which was righteous time because there's only about 6 people in the whole gym. Some nights are open 24 hours, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. At this location in Mariester, they're not open 24 hours. So roads are slightly damp. I get clearer video when it's a bit of an overcast day versus a real sunshiny day. I gotta get out of this lane because this thing's gonna switch out. I need to go to Hobby Lobby, but I have to watch my panties here. It's getting close. show you guys later. Whoa, hit the brakes. Going a little bit too fast, I think. Whew, I gotta turn that heater down. It's blowing on my face here. I got it cranked up. There's so much to do, and a lot of this work I'm doing, it's going to take forever to dry because of the humidity. But we've got a pretty good week this week as far as Florida weather. It's around 50s, 60s this week in the daytime. In the nighttime, it's getting a little cooler. I'm going to take this face mask off. It makes me gag. It gives me a sore throat. I don't need it right now. So I was watching Adventures with Purpose, and great show. They found the car, but they didn't find the girl. But the thing's been down there like 30 years, unfortunately. Gosh. Her 6-year-old little boy's birthday, I think his name was Brian, and she disappeared that day. And it's possible she drove off the bridge, but they didn't find the body, so they found the car. And the family made 2 missing persons reports, but they were never filed. And I've seen and heard that stuff before. My friends loaned a car to a friend who said, you know, let me, you know, borrow your car. I'm going to go down to the market and get some smokes and a soda. And so they loaned him the car, and he never come back. And so they had called the police. They said, well, give us a ring back in about 2 weeks. And it's like, Jesus, the car could be across the states in 2 weeks. They're like, so? And they said, we can't report it as a stolen car right now. And they're like, why? I say, well, because you gave them the keys. That means you gave them permission to take your car. And you're standing there going, well, I didn't give them permission to take my car, like, for a week. It was just to go to the store. Guess what? You handed them the keys. I had an old boyfriend steal a car of mine like that. Yep, because he wanted to borrow it while he was in town. Never got the car back. He did attempt to bring me 3 or 4 cars through the years that I hated. And as a matter of fact, he brought me a Pontiac GTO convertible, and I laughed and said, that is so ugly. No, and I should have took it. Oh my gosh, all these years later, if I'd have known what kind of car that was. Jeez. But I wanted his white convertible Boss Hog Cadillac. That's what I wanted. I'm like, I want that car right there. He's like, no, never. And he just passed away a few years ago. I missed him by a hair. I was going to go try to collect a car. He's owed me all these years. I could have put him in jail, you know, because he took my car and traded it off at a car lot. Yeah, I had another friend that loaned their car to somebody, and they got in a wreck driving over a train track, and so the person that owned the car ended up losing their driver's license over it. They weren't even driving the car. So you gotta be really careful when you're loaning stuff out. So, gosh, I'm having withdrawals driving by the Hobby Lobby when there's stuff I really needed to get, but I can't. I gotta watch my pennies for a few days here. I sold that purple bike yesterday, guy picked it up, danced me around forever, was like, I'll come get it right now. It'll be 30 minutes. It took him about an hour and a half to actually show up. He kept telling me he was on his way. And then he wanted to do a bunch of testing on it in the rain, and it's just a junk bike. I mean, the brakes didn't work, and I put it in there. That it really needed work. And I'm having to stand there in the rain. I had to empty that one storage out to get to the bike. And all the stuff's like sitting in the rain. And then I tarped it, and it was blowing around, and it was getting wet and rained on. So that stuff got really wet, and I was tired of waiting around in the rain with it. But yeah, he wanted to take about 15 minutes to be testing the bike and flipping it over to see if the frame was straight. It's like, my God. I sold it for 20 bucks, 25. I had it listed for 20. He made an offer of 25, which didn't make any sense. But that was okay. So we bought it for 25. I still got the other bike left that's pretty thrashed. An orange mongoose teenager bike. And the tires won't even air up on that one. And so I've had a lot of people on that bike. It's just getting them to come get it because it's in my way. It's taking up space. I need that space because I've got to move the rest of that one storage out this week. And then I'm done with that storage company. Then I'm doing a big vlog on that. That is a nightmare for me. So I've got to sort through my commercial storage and pull all the shoes and get those listed, and some I've got to decorate. I need to find the ones that need to be decorated. Sitting out here lately, and I'd say a lot of it's the tourists because they just think this is 75 miles an hour down in here between Destin and Oakless and Island. He pulled out, so he's probably getting ready to pick somebody. A lot of white caps over here today. Not as much as the other day. Boy, it was fierce the other day. And it's very shallow. See how light it is where you can see the sand? Extremely shallow. It's like there's a hurricane coming through or something. Because the water will go out and then it'll come back in a hurricane. And I mean, I've seen it, the waves crack right over this road. I've seen it where the road was flooded out and it blocked it so you couldn't even drive through. Poorly planned the road design by not having it high enough at a higher elevation with a drain off. Kite people are out there. That guy must do a heck of a business because he is out like every day. He's got a shop, but you'll see his van and stuff out. Now, he may be teaching classes. That might be what he does. He may be coming out and teaching people how to do that kiting thing. Because he'll be out in the worst weather. There's Arkansas tag right there. 8:15 in the morning. It makes it hard when I gotta go work in the storage is because the wind blows in even if I put the car in front. There's a big old trimaran thing out there. No, actually it's not a tri, it's a cat. It's a pontoon. And it's huge. Okay. Go straight on through. You know, the prettiest glitters I think I've ever seen are in NOLA. They have a really good store I love to go to. My daughter loves it too. And they have custom glitter that you can order because they use it for all the Mardi Gras parades and all that stuff. It is the most amazing glitter you have ever seen in your life. And so I learned how to mix it, and I love it. So watch out, you folks, because I'm rolling some glitter right now. It just takes me time to get it all listed. Ho, ho, ho. I was looking at this girl do some glitter shoes, like Dorothy shoes, and then she glued on this big decorations with a glue gun, and I was like, you just ruined the whole thing. First of all, because you ruined it, and two, because glue gunning is not good. There was this black lady used to come up from Texas. She was so sweet, and she had a hefty bag full of Daisy Dukes. She would take used jeans, cut them up, and glue all kinds of really cool decorations on their lace and all that stuff, and sell them for like 20 bucks. And she'd sell them like hotcakes, whole hefty bag of them, in one shot. She'd come up about once every couple months, and she would like empty that whole hefty bag out, bonk, gone. And like the term hotcakes, sell them like hotcakes. And some of the clubs, the higher class clubs, wouldn't allow girls to wear stuff like that because they wanted classy and gowns and stuff. And so, I mean, I know a girl in Alabama, and that's all she ever wore was a Daisy Duke all the time. She cut it shorter and shorter till it was like a tea bag. And she made money with it. She wore it all the time. And I thought it looked like hell. But she made money with it. I mean, you know. So, hell, I wore silly stuff dancing. I wore kitty cat ears. I wore bunny rabbit ears. And they would say, man, that looks so stupid. I said, well, I'm making money in it. Difference doesn't make if I'm making money in it. I wear Donald Duck feet if I'm making money in it. But yeah, so The only problem with those Daisy Dukes was, you know, these girls would come in and they would complain to me. I was dancing and running costumes, and they would say, "Look at this." And in one hand they had the shorts, and in the other hand they had all the decorations. And I said, "So, what is that? What do you want me to do about that?" I bought that from that black lady that comes up from Texas. And I said, "Oh, those cheap Daisy Dukes?" "Yeah." And I said, "Well, one, you don't know her, and two, I mean, you have to look at how it's made." Now, I grant you, most people don't sew. You would be surprised. It's like people that check their fluids in a car. Most people don't check the fluids in their car. They take it to somebody. So, you know, you can't blame somebody that doesn't know how to sew. But if the stuff's glue gunned on, rule one, whether you're wearing it on stage or whatever you're doing, it's gonna fall off when you wash it. And that was the complaints. Girl after girl will come in and show me this one hand with the shorts and one hand with all the pieces. So, "Can you fix this?" I'm like, "No, that's called making some Daisy Dukes. And I make them and I'll sell them to you, but I'm not fixing what that lady sold you, so you need to speak to the manager of the club and inform them about the quality of the clothes being sold here. And two, you need to speak to the woman that sold them to you if you have her number, or the next time she comes in, and you need to, you know, approach her with that and say, 'Look, here.'" Because the problem is that it's not washable. So when they put those cute little Daisy Dukes in the washer, all the crap falls off because it's glue gunned on. Glue gun is not permanent. It's decorative. It's for, you know, making like Christmas wreaths or some wall hanging that never gets washed. That's what it is. I guess I'll go tonight and do some stuff out of there. I hate going when that girl's there. I don't know. I might be able to get in real quick. She's just but I do need to continue moving stuff around. Don't need to lag on that. You guys, I'm gonna talk to you later. You have a good one. Love ya. Thanks for riding with me.